NBA YoungBoy has been released from prison. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. YB is out, bro. I know the fans are going to be happy because this went from July to April to today. Yeah, bro got out today. NBA YoungBoy is free. Look, bro, shout out to him, bro. Salute. New album on the way. And I know a lot of people thinking like, God damn, album of the year for everybody else, bro. Y'all didn't even consider the fact that YB just became the most successful rapper in the last decade, fam. 6 albums, 26 mixtapes, and 3 compilation albums, bro. The most successful artist in the last 10 years. And we talking about in the United States, hip-hop wise, fam. Y'all drop it in the comments. But YB is free. And OG Tree has been baptized. Yeah, OG Tree has been baptized. And YB free. So this is something different for the whole NBA game, bro. Y'all drop it in the comments. And it ain't no game. Yeah, it ain't no game. Just a bunch of people making money. That's it. Yeah, a bunch of people making entertainment industry money. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Shout out YB. Look, Wack 100 throwing shots at Trap Lord Ross. Look, the Federal 5 united. Wack 100 had to let him know he was a bitch ass nigga. Look, bro, this is Wack 100 picking on the weak. Yeah, picking on the weak. Apparently, Trap Lord Ross shared some information of Big U talking shit about Wack 100 to Adam 22. Wack was mad at that. Look, bro, Trap Lord Ross is from overseas. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He'll never fuck with Wack 100's kind. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say it's because he's black. I'm not saying it's because he's black. Most of it is because he's ignorant. And Trap Lord Ross makes content on ignorant motherfuckers. So the minute Wack 100 slip up, look, the Federal 5 ain't going to be so united. Trap Lord Ross gonna run that content, you know what I mean? So him calling Trap Lord Ross a bitch ass nigga, we already knew that, bro. He just a friendly little white guy, you know what I mean? That's in hip hop now, you know what I mean? Y'all drop it in the comments. Wack 100 to cops, fam. Look, Playboi Carti, I Am music album failed to meet expectations. Look, failed to meet him. You know what I mean? They thought this thing was gonna sell out GNX and some sexy songs for you, bro. I don't know how, cause the 5-year hiatus, but they thought, you know, the fans was gonna respect that. And, you know, Carti's out now. Let's go buy that. Let's go buy that. Look, 289,000, 298,000 first week sales. They say that ain't nothing to write home about. Matter of fact, they saying with 3 Kendrick throwaways, 3 Kendrick throwaways, you know what I mean? You still didn't do the numbers it was supposed to do. They say the boy lost his touch. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. Playboi Carti, he's a sucker, dog. On top of that, he was dating Ruby Rose when she was underage, allegedly, and fired a pistol at her when she hit his phone. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. That dude is a weirdo. I know people like him. But what y'all think is alternative ain't really that. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, DJ Vlad denies responsibility for Bricc Baby's latest arrest. Look, bro, he ain't really responsible. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. If these foolish ass niggas gonna come to these platforms, know they got so much shit going on, and they want to talk, and they know Vlad gonna ask, cause why else do you think he paying you to be there? You know what I mean? Look, I don't think Vlad is responsible. Not technically, but technically he kind of is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bro, they gonna give you enough rope just to hang your goddamn self, bro. They can't hang you. Yeah, they can't hang you, you know what I mean? But they gonna let you do it. Hey, come on the platform, Walker. We know you gonna talk. You know what I mean? You gonna talk. And he gonna get more and more fans to come in. Why? He got these niggas talking. But people don't even realize most of the fans be cops. You know, yeah, most of them be cops because they're like, bro, this is an easy one. This is it. Drop it in the comments, bro. These niggas just ignorant. Period. Kanye West released his Bully album to streaming platforms. Look, Bully album, the shit is terrible. Why? He didn't put the ample time in it to make it the masterpiece that it needed to be. Now, it started off with fire, but when all of the AI took over, it lost me. You know what I mean? It lost me, bro. And a lot of people say, well, he said he's going to do the version without the AI. You should have saved it. Yeah, you should have saved it. Now you done fucked that up. Why, bro? You half-assed the album. When people are putting out great albums right now, bruh, this could have really did something for Kanye, especially with all that swastika Nazi shit, you know what I mean? But you put out the album with all the artificial intelligence thinking it was gonna change the world. Look, Lupe ain't gonna do it with his radio station. What make you think you gonna do it with this album? That sucked, bro. Not to mention it sucked, it was lackluster, and it was terrible. Now, I don't think Ye is crazy. Everybody thinking he crazy. I don't think Ye crazy. I think he just making terrible music right now. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Look, DJ Academics doing shots at Playboi Max. Look, he accusing him of grooming because he had a little 16-year-old dancing, freak dancing with some thoughts on his stream. Look, DJ Academics, this is just him trying to get his get back. Bro, you might want to let it rest because they didn't really spank your ass enough. Yeah, you didn't get the Crocodile Dundee treatment enough the first time around. Bro, DJ Academics is the biggest groomer ever. He was asking a 15-year-old boy all type of sexual... Man, I don't even want to describe it, bro. But when it comes down to grooming, man, this is something you shouldn't even be talking about. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Now, as far as the 16-year-old over there twerking on, dancing with the thoughts, it happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. It happens. That ain't nothing like that, bro. Dancing is just dancing. In the Jamaican culture, they whining all the damn time. This is what they do. They start young. Probably at like 9, 10. Y'all drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the playground. Look, Logic throwing shots at Maxo Kream. Look, Maxo Kream just came out and he say, well, you just stole my song, huh? You know what I mean? Look, Maxo Kream dropped a song called Meet Again. Logic dropped a song called 700 Club with Wiz Khalifa. Look, he say, bro, I ain't never heard of you. You never heard of you, bro. He say he went back. Maxo Kream is a dope artist. He checked it out. It's the same sample. He say, bro, this sample has been used like 15 times. 15 times, bro. Even Nas did it. He say, man, I'm sorry you think that, but he didn't steal your shit. You know what I mean? Look, shout out Maxo Kream. I don't know how Logic ain't never heard of Maxo Kream. Let's start there, bro. I'm tired of people saying they never heard of people. Maxo Kream got a name, bro, and he been moving around LA and everywhere, worldwide. Man, this dude is from Houston. They don't want to recognize down south people, but everybody know Maxo Kream, so we ain't gonna say that, bro. That make me believe he's lying. Y'all drop it in the comments, bro. But shout out to Logic. Shout out Maxo Kream too, because Maxo Kream been doing this thing for a minute, dog. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real here. Drop it in the comment. But Logic is real dope. Logic is dope. Could be just a mix-up. But, bro, don't say you ain't never heard of Maxo Kreams. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.